Good morning, students. Today we are going to complete the exercises based on chapter number 3, Taros Reward. But before going to complete the exercise, we have to revise the chapter again. Taro's Reward is a popular fairy tale in Japan. It involves the story of his son, Taro, who wanted to fulfill the wishes of his father. Taro was a poor boy. He earned money by chopping woods from the jungle, but the money he earned was not sufficient for him and his parents. One day, it was started blowing cold winds. All people in the home felt cold due to wind passing from the cracks of the wooden house. His father wished if he could have some sake to energize his heart. Sake is a popular and costly drink of Japan. Taro was sad, and as he did not have money to buy the expensive sake, he decided to work hard. Next day, he woke up early and went to the forest to chop woods. Suddenly, he heard the sound of falling water. It perplexed him. There was no river here earlier. Since he was also thirsty, he followed the sound of water. Soon he found a waterfall behind the rock. He went near to the fall and put his hand in the water. To his amaze, he discovered that water was not water but sake. He became happy and filled some sake in his pitcher. Upon reaching the house, he gave his sake to his father. The father sipped the sake and started dancing with joy. A neighbor came in the evening. Father offered her a cup of sake. The woman happily took the sake. Father told her about all the incident which happened to Taro. Now this woman spread the news to all people in the village. Every villager rushed to Taro's home and tasted the sake. Next morning, Taro again woke up early, searched the biggest pitcher, and went to the waterfall. To his surprise, he found that other villagers were also going to the fall. Soon people reached the fall and tasted the sake, but they found that water of fall was not sake but plain water. People became angry and decided to draw Taro in the fall. Taro hid behind the rock and waited till all the villagers went home. He now tasted the water again, but to his surprise, he still felt that it was sake. The fall was giving Taro a sake, while to villagers it was giving plain water. The story of Taro's care for his parents reached the king. He awarded Taro 20 pieces of gold to encourage other children to take care of their parents. The moral of the story: we should take care of our parents and elder. God helps only those who takes good care of their parent. Now let's move to the exercises working with the text. The first question is: answer the following questions. First, why did Taro run in the direction of the stream? This answer we can find in paragraph number 5. So let's see in paragraph number 5. Why did Taro run in the direction of the stream? Now in paragraph number 5. Then suddenly the Taro stopped chopping. What was that sound he heard? Could it be? Could it be possibly be rushing water? Taro could not remember ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. He was thirsty, the eggs dropped out of his hand, and he ran in the direction of the sound. This answer we can write in our own word. The taro ran in the direction of the stream because earlier he had never heard or seen a rushing stream in the forest, and also he was thirsty. Let's see next question. How did Taro's father show his happiness after drinking sake? This answer we can find in paragraph number 7. Taro quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. The old man was delighted with the sake. After only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the floor. This answer we can write in our own word. After drinking sake, Taro's father showed his happiness by doing a little dance in the middle of the floor. He started dancing after drinking this sake. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 3. Why did the waterfall give Taro sake and others water? This answer we can find in paragraph number 12. Muttering their anger and disappointment, the villagers left the place one by one. Taro came out from his hiding place. Was it true? He wondered. Was the sake a dream? Once more he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it to his lips. It was the same fine sake. To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sake. To everyone else, it gave only water. So the question is, why this boy or Taro got this wonderful drink? Now the answer we can write. The waterfall give Taro sake and others water because he was a thoughtful son who honored and obeyed his parent always and worked very hard to give them everything they needed while others were greedy. Because he was a thoughtful son and he honored his parents very much and obeyed his parent. That's why the waterfall gave Taro sake and others water only. Now, question number 4. Why did the villagers want to drown Taro? Because of the envy. Now, you can see this answer in paragraph number 10 and 12. Let's see paragraph number 10 and 12. Next morning, Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. He carried with him the largest pitcher he owned, for he intended first of all to go to the waterfall. When he reached it, he found, to his great surprise, all his neighbors there. They were carrying pitchers, jars, buckets, anything they could find to hold the magic sake. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. He drank again and again and then shouted angrily, "Water, nothing but water." Others also tried, but there was no sake, only cold water. Now, next paragraph. "We have been tricked," shouted the villagers. "There is a taro. Let us drown him in this waterfall." But Taro had been wise enough to slip behind a rock. When he saw how things were going, he was nowhere to be found. Why did the villagers want to drown Taro? The question is. The answer we can write. The villagers want to drown Taro because they thought that he had tricked them by telling that stream gives sake. Now, question number 5. Why did the emperor reward Taro? This answer is very easy for us because we have read earlier and the qualities of the Taro we have discussed. Now, why did the emperor reward Taro? We can find the answer in paragraph number 13. In this paragraph, you can find a description of the magic waterfall and the Emperor of Japan, why he had given the award to Taro. The story of the Taro and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. He sent for the young woodcutter and rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. Then he named the most beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. This said, the emperor was to encourage all children to honor and obey their parents. Now, here we can write the answer in our own word. The emperor rewarded Taro for as he honored and obeyed his parent. This was done to encourage all the children to honor and obey their parents. This reward only, you can say, the motivation for the other children, those who are living in that time in Japan. So, this was the motivation to show that each and every child should behave like him. Now let's move to the B part. This is mark the right item. First, Taro earned very little money because first option is he didn't work hard enough. Second, the villagers didn't need wood. Third, the price of wood was very low. Here we can write the answer. Correct answer. The price of wood was very low. We can write here the price of wood was very low. Taro earned very little money because the price of wood was very low. Now the second, Taro decided to earn extra money. The options are to live a more comfortable life, to buy his old father some sake, and the last one is to repair the cracks in the hut. The suitable answer is to buy his old father some sake. The second option is correct. Taro decided to earn extra money to buy his old father some sake. Let's move to the next question. The neighbor left Taro's hut in a hurry because the option are she was delighted with the drink. She was astonished to hear Taro's story. She wanted to tell the whole village about the waterfall. What is the correct answer? She wanted to tell the whole village about the waterfall. This answer is third option is correct. The neighbor left Taro's hut in a hurry because she wanted to tell the whole village about the waterfall. Now next question is working with language. So let's move to the next question. Next question is strike off the word in the box below that are not suitable. Taro wanted to give his old parents everything they needed. This shows that he was thoughtful, hardworking, loving, honest, considerate, trustworthy, efficient, and kind. Now we have to find out the qualities, the characteristics of the Taros. And those quality is not in Taro's character, so we just cut it. So now let's start. This shows that he was thoughtful. First of all, he was thoughtful because he was every time thinking about his parent. Thoughtful, loving, and considerate. And next is kind. He was thoughtful, loving, considerate, and kind. All four qualities are connected to each other. He was thoughtful because he was all the time he was thinking about the betterment of their family, of his family. And loving, of course, he was very loving boy. He loved so much his family. And considerate, each and every time he considerate means he was always ready to cope up with the situation, always ready to accept the challenges. And kind, he was a really a kind hearted boy. Now the four quality we can find, this shows that he was a thoughtful, loving, considerate, and kind. Now let's move to the next question. B. This made Taro sadder than ever. This refers to a strong wind that began to blow. Second, Taro's father's old age. And third, Taro's inability to buy expensive sake for his father. I think the third one is correct because he was unable to buy the expensive sake for his father because they were very poor. That's why this refers to third one. Now we should put a tick and let's move to the next question. Second question is this said the emperor was to encourage all children to honor and obey their parents. Now, this refers to the most beautiful fountain in the city, rewarding Taro with gold and giving the fountain his name, sending for Taro to hear his story. Now, this I think it is second is correct because he gave this award only for the motivation and for encouragement of all the children, those who are living with their parents. Rewarding Taro with gold and giving the fountain his name. This is the correct option. So now this said the emperor was to encourage all children to honor and obey their parents, rewarding Taro with gold and giving the fountain his name. This is the correct answer. Next word is arrange the words below in pair that rhyme. Example, young lung, money sunny. The rhyming words we should write in a pair. Now here we can find young. Young is related to lung. We just match it with young is to lung. And sad, the sad is to bad. Sad is to bad. Money, money, the same rhyming word is sunny. Now chop, chop to stop. Chop to stop. Next word is last. Last to fast. Last to fast. Vex. Vex to X. Vex to X. Could. Could to would. Sound. Round. Sound and round. Sound and round. They are very near. Now way and day. Way and day. So we have to match these rhyming words together. Next question is fill in the blanks with words from the box. The box is given over here. We have to choose the correct one or suitable word from the box to complete this exercise. A young woodcutter lived on a lonely hillside. Lonely. Lonely hillside. Lonely means now next he was a thoughtful. He was a thoughtful. He was a thoughtful son who worked hard but earned little money. Little money. One day he saw a beautiful waterfall hidden behind a rock. He tasted the water and found it delicious. Delicious means tasty. Found it delicious. Now this you have to complete it in the book as well as in the copy. Now let's move to the next exercise. Find these sentences in the story and fill in the blanks. First is, this made Taro dash than ever. We have to find out from paragraph number 3. He decided to work dash than before, paragraph number 3. Next morning, Taro jumped out of the bed dash than usual, paragraph number 4. He began to chop even, paragraph number 4. Next morning, Taro started for work even than the morning before. This is from paragraph number 10. So we have to see in the paragraph, then we can write the answer. This made Taro dash than ever. So this we can find in the paragraph number 3. The both exercises, this is first and second, we'll find in paragraph number 3. So let's move to the paragraph number 3. We can find in paragraph number 3, this made Taro sadder than ever. This we will write in 1. And second, he decided to work harder than before. This we will write in number 2. He decided to work harder than before. So just fill it in that exercises. Here we are going to write sadder, and in next exercise we will write harder. Now, third, next morning Taro jumped out of bed dash than unusual. This we can find in paragraph number 4. So let's move to the paragraph number 4. Next morning, Taro jumped out of the bed earlier than usual. So now the third word we have find here, earlier. This is for third exercise. And the next exercise, now we are going to write here, next morning Taro jumped out of bed earlier than usual. He began to chop even faster. Next morning, Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. This answer we can find in paragraph number 10. Now let's see the paragraph number 4 and 10. Here we can see Taro jumped out of bed earlier than usual. And in paragraph number 10, next morning Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. Faster, and with that he began to chop even faster. Here we can find faster. We can write few questions. What made Taro unhappy? The answer is, a young woodcutter named Taro lived with his old parents. One day his father said, I wish I had a cup of sake. This made Taro sad because sake was expensive. Now, next question we can write. What is the moral of the stories Taro's Reward? The moral of the story of Taro's Reward is that one should always work hard to fulfill the dreams and wishes of the parent. A child should be thoughtful, obedient, and hardworking to make parents' lives happier. With hard work, one can get whatever he wants, and even nature helps that person with miracles. Next question is, why did the villagers want to down Taro? Here we can write the answer like this. The waterfall gave Taro sake and others water because he was a thoughtful son who honored and obeyed his parents always and worked very hard to give them everything they needed, while others were greedy. The villagers want to drown Taro because they thought that he had tricked them by telling that a stream gives sake. Next question is, who rewarded Taro? The answer is, the emperor rewarded Taro with 20 pieces of gold for his goodness. He also named the most beautiful fountain of the city after Taro. The next question is, what is the moral of the stories Taro's reward? The moral of the story of Taro's reward is that one should always work hard to fulfill the dreams and wishes of the parents. A child should be thoughtful, obedient, and hardworking to make parents' lives happier. With hard work, one can get whatever he wants, and even nature helps that person with miracles. How did Taro's father show his happiness after drinking sake? Now, the answer you can write. After drinking sake, Taru's father stopped shivering and showed his happiness by doing a little dance in the middle of the floor. You should write all the exercises and question answers in your copy. And that's all for today. Bye bye. Take care.